Right now, you're probably comparing GoHighLevel to your alternatives, and you want to cut through the noise and find out if GHL is actually right for you in 2025. Or is it all hype and you should be using something like HubSpot, Salesforce, or Zoho instead? Well, I've used them all in my journey to building my Inc. 5000 agency, Otter PR, where we do over $700,000 a month and spend $25,000 a month on software alone. After this video, you will finally be certain about GHL, or you can stop watching now and risk choosing the wrong tool for the most important part of your business. Now, I've been where you are. I remember coming back from my hospital shift to my smelly 900 square foot New York apartment to build my first agency instantly. I had a CRM Infusionsoft that kept losing leads, an email tool that barely got emails delivered, a funnel builder that wouldn't connect with anything else, and a booking system that kept double booking clients. I remember being so frustrated, I crushed my computer mouse with one hand. But now that everyone's talking about GoHighLevel, the big question is it actually worth it in 2025? Well, most platforms say they're all in one, but honestly, most of them still need a bunch of tools or add-ons to get them to work. Now, in this video, I'm going to go over 6 super important questions that will help you decide, is GHL, GoHighLevel, right for you? And I'm going to show you one feature that most people miss. And it's a feature you absolutely need when you choose your CRM. Now, unlike a lot of these reviews out there, I'm actually going to show you my screen so you can see my current setup. This is the same one I use to build my agency and get results. Plus, I'm going to show you a couple trap features that can actually kill your business if you don't realize them right away. Stick with me for a few minutes and you'll know for sure whether GHL is that missing piece your business needs or just another expensive distraction. Now let's get started. What exactly is GoHighLevel? GoHighLevel is an all-in-one marketing tool that was mainly made for agencies and small to mid-sized businesses. You can think of it kind of like a Swiss Army knife, but for online marketing. And instead of paying for a bunch of tools, like one for emails, one for texting, one for booking appointments, one for building sales pages, and one for forms, GHL puts it all in one place. It was built to replace other tools like ClickFunnels, MailChimp, and Calendly. This way you don't have to juggle a bunch of different platforms trying to connect them with each other. Everything's under the same roof and it works together in one ecosystem. I actually remember when GHL first hit the scene, it took years for me to finally adapt it. I was a ClickFunnels user. Once I finally did, I was like, this is kind of clunky. I don't know if I like it, but then it really started growing on me and I'll show you why. Now, GoHighLevel does take some time to learn. Since it's packed with so many different tools in one place, it can feel like a lot, especially at first. But here's the thing, that's pretty normal for any all-in-one marketing ecosystem. But the upside with GoHighLevel is that instead of learning 5 or 6 different tools, you just need to figure out this one. And the good news is you actually get a free 30-day trial to figure it out and see if it's for you. It gives you plenty of time to click around, test stuff out, and see if it works for your business. And yeah, it's gonna take a bit to get the hang of it, but once you do, it pays off. You'll save a ton of time later because everything's in one place. And just as a side note, there's really only about 3 tools I've ever used where I'm like, everybody needs this. This is a multi-million-dollar skill if you master it. GoHighLevel is one of those tools, because if you master it, there's almost nothing that you can't do. It's also worth being said that there is so much training on GoHighLevel. I have a free training myself on YouTube, so that anytime you get stuck somewhere, you need some help, their live chat and support system is great, and there's always a video that you can watch to learn how to do that thing. Now, it's important to mention because it does so much, which can add to the complexity of GoHighLevel. What is the alternative? Well, the alternative is using a different tool for calendar building, website building, form building, funnel building, email, SMS, and then trying to patch all of those tools together using a no-code automation like Zapier or Make.com. This is what I used to do. This is what everybody used to do before it was all under one roof. And I promise you, that's much harder to learn and to get right than just learning it all in GoHighLevel. So now that you know what it does, let's talk about who it's for. Is it right for you or is it not right for you? Is it overkill for what you're trying to accomplish, or maybe you just need MailChimp? GoHighLevel was initially made for marketing agencies, and that's still kind of where it works best. If you run an agency, it lets you set up different accounts for each client, put your logo on each account, and brand the platform. And then you can handle everything from one central dashboard. This is something that I call infinite white label, and I actually teach how to do it in a free course listed down below. So when I'm asking the question, is GoHighLevel right for you? I'm really asking 2 questions. Should you use it as your primary CRM? And then should you use it to white label CRM to your clients? And here's what I mean. So here I am in my GoHighLevel CRM, and right now I'm in a sub account. This is my main sub-account lead gen J. This is how you would probably interact with GHL on a day-to-day basis. And you'll see all of the features that it has within the CRM. Your automations, your sites, your memberships. You can also create courses and memberships inside of this. You can do reputation management and reviews. However, this is the account level. This is your business operating in GHL. Now, when I say GHL was made for agencies, this is what I'm talking about. This is the agency view, where I can see all of the different businesses that are under my agency. Now, one of the most powerful things about GHL is my ability to create unlimited accounts for different businesses and resell them different tools such as WordPress and WhatsApp, and make a profit from each of these sub-accounts that are with me. And what makes this an infinite white label system is I can create unlimited sub-accounts with $0 additional dollars. In fact, we make these sub-accounts for a lot of our clients and we give it to them for free because it increases the value of our business and value of our service. Now, if you don't need to white label GoHighLevel, you don't need an agency plan, you can actually get a sub-account with people like myself for only $49 per month. And with me, that comes with unlimited staff members, unlimited contacts, and access to all of the same features that you would get if you were paying at GoHighLevel directly. The only thing that you can't do with one of these sub-accounts is you cannot create sub-accounts for other clients. Sorry if that's complicated, but it's a really important distinction. Should you use this as an agency or should you use this as a main CRM for your business? The answer is probably yes, it's just which plan do you need? If you work with leads and clients, GoHighLevel can take the place of all of these tools that you're probably using. Now, with that said, it's not great for everyone, and it might not be a great fit if, say, you're a big company with more than 100 employees. If so, you might want to consider using something like HubSpot or Salesforce. However, it's going to cost you exponentially more money to do that, and you're not even going to get the same bang for your buck. So honestly, if I was a giant company right now and I was choosing a CRM that scaled with me, I would probably also choose GoHighLevel. You can add unlimited staff and have unlimited contacts for the same exact price. Doing the same thing in HubSpot or Zoho or Salesforce would cost you tens of thousands of dollars per month. Who else is this not a good fit for? So if you're just starting out and you really don't need that much in terms of marketing, you don't really have a calendar system, you don't really have nurture sequences, you might just want to pick something really simple like a MailChimp, which can just house your contacts. You can email them when you want. That way you don't have to learn the clunky GHL because you're not using 90% of the features. However, if you ever do plan to use those features, for example, adding sales members, building workflows and automations, building forms and funnels and calendars, then it's worth getting in here now, only using the features that you need right now, but planning to use the features down the road, because it can be really hard to migrate from one CRM to another. Now let's talk about GoHighLevel costs. There's a few different prices and plans, so I'm going to walk through them and show you what you're actually going to need if you do want to use GoHighLevel. The first is the starter plan. It's $97 a month, and this one gives you access to most of the main features. You can set up 3 separate sub-accounts, like one for your business and maybe for a couple of clients, or maybe you have another business. It's a solid choice if you're a small business owner or just starting an agency. The second plan is called the Agency Pro plan. It's $297 per month, and this lets you create as many sub-accounts as you want. You can add your own branding so it looks like your platform instead of GoHighLevel's. This is a great fit if your agency is just growing and you want to offer this to your clients as part of your service. But there's one major pitfall with this plan that I'll talk about in a second. Now, the third plan is called the SaaS Pro plan. It's $497 per month. This is obviously what I use. This one has everything that the Agency Pro plan has, plus extra tools to help you automate how you bring on new clients. It also helps you resell extra features and make a profit on them. This plan is the best if you're running a full-blown SaaS-style infinite white label GHL agency. Again, link below if you want to learn how to do that. But here's what most review videos skip through. The monthly plan is not the only thing you'll be paying for. There's a few extra costs that come with using GoHighLevel. Texting, for example, is not all included inside of the platform. You are charged per message. Same thing with phone calls, same thing with automations. They do have very small additional fees that you have to think about with this CRM. And the reason for that is because if you can make unlimited sub-accounts and they can send unlimited texts, GoHighLevel would go out of business in like 2 days. So texting costs about 1 cent per message, and you do have to register a phone number, which is a one-time fee. And some of the add-ons you do have to pay for, such as adding any of these AI agents. For example, I have one in my business that answers all of my inbound phone calls. This costs me about $80 per month. But in general, most of the basic features are included. You just have to pay some messaging fees. So it's something to consider. If you have a big list and you like sending text messages to your big list all the time, you might want to find a platform that has unlimited texting. Because GoHighLevel does not, you do pay per text and it can add up. In fact, I've personally spent about $2,000 in 1 month just on text messages during one of those big pushes. Now that said, even with the extras, it's still way cheaper than paying for a bunch of different tools separately. And most business end up saving a ton of money overall by using GoHighLevel instead of juggling all these other platforms. Let's break down a couple of the features that I actually use every day that are going to be important for you to make your decision. So inside of sites, I can build funnels, websites, stores, I can launch webinars, and I can do SEO and blog, and I can even connect it to WordPress. There's a ton that you can do in here, as well as generate forms, surveys, and quizzes and QR codes. There's just about nothing that GoHighLevel hasn't already thought of. What I love about GoHighLevel is how easy it is to deploy new funnels and sites. I've got a ton of funnels in here, as you can see, but let's go ahead and launch a new one just so you can learn. I can do this from blank, so if I wanted to start from scratch, this is typically what I'll do now. I can use AI to build my funnel for me, or I can start with one of their predefined templates. They've got a ton of templates to pick from, so let me just give you a brief rundown of how it all works. There's basically a template for everything and everyone, and they look really good. I've actually used these on more than one occasion, and I'm very happy with the templates. Now, another crazy thing about GoHighLevel, let's do one from scratch. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a test funnel. Now, if I wanna add a step is essentially a page in the funnel. I can actually import funnels or copy somebody's ClickFunnels just by pasting in their ClickFunnels URL here. That way in seconds, I can have a funnel that looks just like this. And here is that example of my GoHighLevel white label funnel, where I can launch split tests and variations. I can link products so that you can purchase certain things. It's all really seamless and really obvious and really easy to navigate. Now let's go into this funnel builder so you can see just how easy it is. And even if you have no developing or coding skills, it's literally as simple as clicking this plus button, dragging different elements, sections, rows. So if you're used to Elementor or ClickFunnels, it all works relatively the same way. If I want to add a headline, I can just drag that headline here and I can start editing that headline. If I want to make something mobile only, I can come into advanced and determine where this is going to show, mobile, desktop, or both. I can toggle mobile to desktop so I can control how each one of these displays. I can control my pop-ups. If I do want a pop-up to show up, I've got all of my pop-up settings and I can design that pop-up. It's never been easier to design one of these funnels or landing pages, clone somebody else's, or start from a template and get to a really good result really quickly. Now, back in the day, we used to have a website and we'd have some kind of form builder that we had to put on the website and link that form builder to our email marketing tool. Well, now having it in one place just makes things so easy. So you'll just generate a form or a survey or a quiz right here in GHL. It's unbelievably easy to do. You can start from templates as well. Pick a form template, and then once you're designing your landing pages, you'll just add that form into the landing page. Here's an example of one of these forms and how easy it is to build. It's, again, just drag and drop. You can collect payments. You can do conditional formatting, just like JotForm or more advanced form fields. I use these conditions all the time to build really cool, unique, custom forms that make the user experience just seamless. And the best part about having it all in one location, when I build automations, say somebody fills out a form, I can just add that form submission as a trigger here. So when a certain form is submitted, form is, say, course feedback, step 1. When that form is submitted, now I can trigger an automation based on that form being submitted without Zapier or any fancy tools to connect this to other things. Now, one common question that people ask about GoHighLevel websites is this SEO optimized? What if I want to rank on Google? Will this even work for me? Well, the answer is yes. In fact, all of my websites, including my homepage here, are built inside of GoHighLevel. And if I Google Lead Gen J, It's not only SEO optimized, it is the first organic result with all of this stuff listed underneath it. And this is a GoHighLevel page that is SEO optimized. But you can take it one step further. They've got really advanced SEO plugins that you can activate that will automatically help you rank your sites, bid on keywords, and you can even start an automated blog using GoHighLevel so it posts automatically and is automatically SEO optimized. So who is this funnels and websites section gonna not be for? Well, if you're trying to really go hard on SEO, WordPress is still going to be your gold standard because of all of the SEO plugins, and most SEO agencies are still going to use WordPress. Now, if you want a really complex design for your website, you may also consider using something like WordPress or Webflow. They're more designed for website building and design, and you're going to be able to do a little bit more. But honestly, my stuff looks great. It's all done inside of GHL. It's under one roof, so I never have to worry about logging into WordPress or Webflow or other things breaking down. It's in here and it works great. All right, now let's talk about the email marketing systems. What makes GHL's email marketing system better than using something like MailChimp or ActiveCampaign? How many emails can you send each day? How do you send different emails to different groups and segment different groups? And how easy is it to design emails that actually look good and don't look cheap and spammy? What kinds of automatic email sequences can you set up, and how do they help turn leads into sales? Let's break down the email marketing inside of GoHighLevel right now. And there's really two things to consider when it comes to email marketing. There's sending an email to your entire list all at once. We call this an email campaign. And then on the other hand, there's automated emails. So somebody books a call and they get automated reminders, or they opt into a lead magnet and they get an automated nurture sequence. All of this stuff can be done inside of GHL unbelievably easily. So first things first, let's come into marketing. This is where you're going to do your big email promotions. There's also a lot of stuff here that I'm just not gonna be able to touch on because GoHighLevel does so much. So I'm really gonna focus on the most important topics for you. So let's talk about email marketing. I'm gonna come into emails now, and this is really where I'm gonna be doing the bulk of my email newsletters, sending an email to my entire list. So I'm gonna go ahead and click Create Campaign so you can see how easy this is. I can do email marketing templates, or I can start from blank. Let's go into email marketing templates so you can see some of the places we're starting. Lots of templates that you can choose from that all look great, make designing your emails that much easier. Now, if I wanna start from one of my templates, I can do this as well. So I'm gonna come into announcements, and this is something that I've already designed and saved. So you can do the same thing. If you want your emails to be simple and kind of look like this with your fonts, your signatures, just really simple emails. You can then come in and design the emails however you want. You can add countdowns to it. You can add special code. You can add videos. It's one of my favorite email builders. And to be honest, it rivals the MailChimps and the ActiveCampaigns and the players that have been around forever. You can even run A/B testing on these emails to test the subject lines and the content and choose the winners. You can even use Content AI to help you create subject line variations. And while we're talking about Content AI, let me just say that GoHighLevel has done such a good job of sprinkling AI exactly where you need it throughout the platform. If you want to write a blog, build a landing page, write an email, AI is going to be there to help you do it every step of the way. You can then essentially decide who that email is going to go to and how it's going to be delivered. You can batch schedule, send now, but the most important thing for me as an email marketer when I'm sending emails to my list is segmentation. How do I make sure that the emails only go to the right people? And this is where GHL just crushes the competition. So if you're comparing this to ActiveCampaign or MailChimp or one of those other dedicated email platforms, the segmentation is what makes this so powerful. So in here, I've got segments. I can choose contacts. I can use pre-built segments that I've already built. So let me just show you how those work, because this is something you're gonna wanna set up ahead of time. We're gonna come into our contacts, and this is where I have all of my contacts that live. I've got 52,000 people in here that I can theoretically send emails to. All of these up top are the lists that I use every day. We call these smart lists because these are the people that I actually want to contact using these bulk email settings. So say I only want to send emails to valid emails that have opened an email in the last 90 days. I can come into more filters and look at all of these parameters that I can start choosing from when it comes to sending emails. What they're tagged as, email activity, so last activity type, what workflows they're active in, when they recently opened an email. And once you're done with those filters, you can save these as smart lists up top. Now when I go to send an email blast, I can choose the perfect set of contacts to send them to. I can even come in here to one of these smart lists. I can go ahead and select all. I can add them to an automation manually. I can send them an email manually, I can even send them a text message manually. I've never seen a single other platform where you can do that and get that granular. And I use that all the time once you've got really small lists. But most importantly, this is where GoHighLevel exceeds and will crush any other email marketing system or CRM in general, and that is automations. You can do so much in here, so much in fact that it can potentially replace Zapier and Make.com. Now, an automation is a trigger and then an action. And you can string these together to get really complicated automations. Let me show you what a couple of these look like. So if somebody purchases my course, I want to put them through this automation, and this automation can do so much. I can create an opportunity pipeline, assign that contact to somebody, remove them from workflows and add them to workflows. I can run webhooks, so this triggers a Zapier automation if I need to. Turn on Do Not Disturb or turn off Do Not Disturb. I can send them emails directly from this workflow. I can send myself reminders. I can even link Google Sheets and other external applications so that I don't need to trigger a different automation. I can do it all from within this same automation. I can send text messages. I can send voicemail drops. Honestly, the list of things that I can do from this contact inside of this automation workflow is almost endless. Run math equations, I can create opportunities, I can add them to courses. This is honestly the core of what makes GoHighLevel so powerful, but also can be a bit confusing. So you should get familiar with these, and to be honest, most of them you won't end up using. For example, Slack, I don't end up using. Messenger, I don't end up using. But the ones like email and notification and SMS, and adding tags. These are the ones that you're going to use over and over again, and GHL makes it really easy to do that. So what are the drawbacks of using GHL for automations, for email, for SMS? Well, this setup's going to be a little bit more complex and take a couple of extra steps. You will have to register a phone number and you will have to link a domain. So if I come into settings, you'll click email services. Now their email system is called Lead Connector, and you want to add a domain to send those emails from, so it's not coming from the GHL domain. So for example, my emails are coming from leadgenj.com, so you're gonna have to add that subdomain. They actually make it really easy to do, so you'll just come into dedicated domain and IP and set up that subdomain. I also pay for a dedicated IP address, but that's a little bit overkill and most people don't need that. For sending SMS and voicemail drops, you'll need a phone number. So you'll need to buy that phone number through GHL. It's a couple of dollars every single month. And then you need to actually register it in GHL before you can start using it. They make this as easy as possible to do. And if you get stuck, there's a ton of trainings on how to actually get it done. Now, the drawback to using GHL, especially for SMS and email, is it's not just unlimited, send as many emails and texts as you want. You actually have to pay for each one. So if I come into billing, I'll actually show you what this looks like. I can see a detail of all of my transactions, including the ones that I use pretty frequently. So if we're looking at premium triggers and actions, this is like adding something to Google Sheets, which is still way cheaper than Zapier. Email verification. When somebody opts in, it automatically verifies their emails. I pay per verification for those things. So it'll show you what your overages are, WhatsApp conversations. There's a lot of additional features of GHL that are not unlimited, but it is unbelievably affordable. And for a full price list of what those fees are, you can come and take a look at what they actually charge you. It's basically the same price of Twilio and what they charge. There's almost no upsell, and it's really pretty negligent. So if we're looking at SMS costs, it's really just rebilling of Twilio's pricing. So unbelievably affordable. I would not let paying overages for texts and emails discourage you, because you're going to save so much in other places. Now, in terms of how many texts and emails that you can send per day, you can send as many as you want. The trick is don't get marked as spam. If you start getting marked as spam or people are opting out, GoHighLevel will automatically throttle you until the next day. Now, if you want to use GoHighLevel for cold email and cold SMS marketing, meaning sending messages to people who don't know who you are, it's important to know that GoHighLevel is really not designed for that. If you're trying to send cold emails, you really want to use a platform like Instantly AI. And if you want to learn how to do cold email marketing, it's my specialty. Just look at some other videos on my channel. Now, coming back to automations and workflows, this really does replace things like Zapier. You might not need a subscription at all, because all of the main tools you're going to be using are right here inside of this platform. And there's really like 6 or 7 workflows that every company needs, and I actually go through them in detail in one of my free YouTube videos about automations in GoHighLevel. And if you do have a sub account with me, I actually give you my agency snapshot, which is preloaded. And if you're unfamiliar with snapshots, it's essentially a copy of my CRM inside of GoHighLevel that you can import and get my funnels, my automations, my forms, my tags, just about everything that you're going to need to get started can be just imported into your account. All right, now let's talk a little bit about support. What if you need help? Now, one of the limitations with GoHighLevel, say if you're using one of my GHL sub-accounts, meaning you're not paying them, you're paying me, is you're not going to be able to click on this question mark on the top right-hand corner and get in touch with their support whenever you want. If you do have an agency plan, meaning you are on one of these plans, then you are going to be able to use their support. And they have great support. They're able to help you instantly. You can get on a Zoom chat with them. If they can't figure it out, they escalate it. It's a good support system. But if you want to pay $49 or get a free sub account, then you cannot use their support and you're going to be restricted to my white label support. And I actually pay somebody to do support for me. So that little button on the bottom right actually opens up a GHL support that you can chat with and get help anytime that you need. Now, in addition to being able to chat with their support or Zoom with support, there is a massive library of videos and how-to guides, plus a giant Facebook group with almost 100,000 people where everybody's sharing tips, tricks, and they'll help you if you get stuck. But here's the honest part. The support team can usually handle the basic stuff, but if something gets more complicated, they'll pass it to a senior member and this can totally get lost or just not get done at all. That's why if you are gonna sign up through someone else's platform, like my $49 per month account, make sure that you're signing up with somebody that has white label support and is able to help you if you get stuck. Now, just running through some of the other things that you can use GHL for that I use it for every day are some of the basics, opportunities. So if you have sales pipelines, lead pipelines, you can build automations and have these really clean, usable pipelines and add unlimited contacts and unlimited salespeople. And by the way, that is one of the best parts about GHL. Whether you're on one of their paid plans or my $49 per month plan, you can add unlimited staff members into your GHL, which means unlimited salespeople can be added, which would cost tens of thousands of dollars in other platforms. And you could add unlimited leads. They do not charge you per lead. So you can have a sub account with me with millions of contacts inside of your sub account and not get charged a penny more. Some other really cool stuff that GHL does, payments and products. You can accept payments, build products right there inside of your GHL dashboard. You can do payment links, documents, contracts, invoices, subscriptions, and control it all from your GHL dashboard. And it's really intuitive. And it's all in one place. It's linked to those contacts. And all this can be automated inside of the automations too. So call gets done, send them a proposal. Call gets done, send them an invoice. All of that can be done within the automation section of GHL. Under this marketing tab, you can pretty much automate all of your social media connections and content. You can connect all of the different platforms and actually create content using AI and publish it directly to the platforms all on GHL. You can use GHL as your affiliate manager as well. So the products are all in there. You can add unlimited affiliates, create multi-tier affiliate programs, all from within GHL with no additional cost. Now, if you were to have a separate affiliate program, this would cost you hundreds of dollars per month. And as you can see, my team is using this like crazy. Ian's on top, then we've got Tyler, then we've got Michael. My affiliates are making a ton of money and it's all tracked really well and it's all under one roof. There's a few things that I don't even want to go into, like the ads manager, which you can basically launch ads and use AI to create ads and spy on your competitors. You can create courses inside of GHL. In fact, I build my course inside of GHL. So if you want to learn how to create an infinite GoHighLevel white label agency, you can do that within GHL and then launch it on the GoCollab marketplace, which is just like school.com. This way people can discover your course on GoCollab, which is essentially GoHighLevel's partner company, and then pay for and sign up for your course. You can do your online reputation management from inside of GHL, request reviews, display them in widgets, and also control all of your listings across the internet. Just an unbelievable value add that GoHighLevel has worked in there. And it's worth mentioning some of the more advanced features within GoHighLevel, how they're using AI, because you want to pick a platform that is AI forward. GoHighLevel has built-in conversational AI into their platform. You don't need a separate chatbot tool or AI appointment setter. It's all done within here. You can use voice AI agents to inbound calls or create outbound calls. And I'm actually using one for inbound and it works unbelievably well. People call this number every day and it actually handles those calls really well. Somebody calls, it triggers an automation. All of our calendars are also built inside of GHL, so you can get rid of Calendly and bring it all under one roof. Easily set up automated reminder sequences, easily trigger automations, easily move things through an opportunity pipeline when a call is booked. So I know that's a lot to digest. Now, if you're comparing GHL to something like MailChimp and you need really simple functionality, then MailChimp might be the best place for you to start. But if you are planning to scale into your software, adding more people, adding more features, then in my humble opinion, GoHighLevel is by far the best marketing tool that I have ever used in my entire life. And it's for that reason that I'm actually teaching people how to use it and how to start GHL agencies, because I've learned how to use this infinite white label system to make tens of thousands of dollars per month. And if you're interested in learning that, click the link in the description. It's 100% free. So let's recap some of the downsides. It takes some time to learn. It does a lot of stuff. There's a lot of buttons and a lot of functionality. And some tools aren't as strong as the big name apps that they replace. Like, it's not going to replace WordPress if you're interested in doing SEO or complex websites. And things like SMS cost a few extra dollars. And like any big software, the bugs and glitches can happen, but the upsides vastly outweigh it. Having everything in one place is going to save you so much time and money and learning curve. The automations are going to basically be able to automate your entire business. It's going to save you hours and save you from hiring staff. If you want, you can white label this platform with your own branding and create unlimited sub accounts, which is the same thing that I'm doing to make tens of thousands of dollars per month. But my favorite part about the platform is how much they're adding and improving. They are crushing every competition that they take on, because GoHighLevel is doing an even better job building it all under one roof. So if you're paying for multiple tools, or if you're considering GoHighLevel versus HubSpot versus Salesforce, then I definitely recommend taking a good look at GHL, because it's going to scale with you. It's going to make your life much easier, and it's going to help empower you to make more money and scale your business faster. Now, take it from someone who's used all of the tools. GoHighLevel will change the game for you. So if you're ready to take on the challenge of learning this tool, there's two things that you can do from here. If you want to white label this, meaning create sub accounts for either your clients or as a SaaS offer to sell, then you can grab an extended 30-day trial by clicking on the link down in the description and grabbing that extended trial here. You'll get 30 days free and you can choose your plan. And if you just want to use it for you, you can grab my $49 per month sub account that comes with my agency snapshot, my VIP support, and VIP onboarding. And if you want to make money with this infinite white label system that I use to make tens of thousands of dollars per month, then go to this link also down in the description and sign up for this course. It's 100% free. All you have to do is use my affiliate link, but you don't have to do any of that, but you should use GoHighLevel. So if you want to learn more about using the system, 100% free, I've got an entire playlist dedicated to GHL and mastering this tool. So go watch that now, and I will see you soon.